the way you talk about your friends and how much you love
Mm.
them, and the way they know how to bring food and
Mm.
show up and like reassemble. Our lives come apart, and then people help us reassemble them, and then they come apart again, and then they're like right back in it. And I've always had this image in my mind when I think about my friends, because I know that I don't have much of a, this is just a very awkward thing to admit, but I'm like not someone with like a lot of natural
Oh,
self-esteem.
girl.
There's not a foundation there, much of one. And when there is, I feel fortunate, but it's hard to build on that when it's so sandy all the
Yeah.
time. And so when I picture my friends, I picture it like those buildings that they have all the scaffolding on the outside,
Mm.
and if they keep building, then the building can get sort of taller and taller.
Mm.
But without it, I know it would kind of come apart.
Mm.
And I guess I just feel kind of settled on the idea, like maybe some parts of us are just kind of built from the outside in,
Mm.
and maybe that's like not a bad version of knowing what love is. So when I see them, I know exactly, for a minute, I know exactly what they see.
Mm.
And thank God for
Oh,
that, you know.
we say to each other all the time, when one of us is feeling low and we're like, "Oh God, you wish you could see you through my eyes. I wish you could see what I
Yes.
see."
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
our women in our lives are everything. I'd be walking backwards if it weren't for the women in my life. I'm so
Yeah.
thankful because, and when you don't have family, the women in your life become your family, especially when you see
Yes.
how they show up in a time of crisis. Like when you see
Yeah.
one of them moves in, the other one shows up every day. And like you said, bringing food, you're like, wow, God, okay, so
Yes.
maybe I'm not that bad. Maybe I have done
Yes.
something right. I'm going to make it my life's goal to love these women as best I can and show up for them in a way that
Yes.
they're making me
Yeah.
feel like, my goodness, this has to be
Yes.
what family feels like.
Yes. Yeah. These are the people who teach me to fight. These are the people
Mm.
who teach me how to apologize. These are the people who
Make space
make
for me
me,
to not feel like I have to fight anymore.
yeah,
Give space for me to be
that's good.
soft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Mm.